Welcome to Notebook Nuggets. You know how it is, life throws curveballs, and suddenly you find yourself, swimming in a sea of worries.
Yeah, happens to everyone.
So today we're diving deep into some, timeless wisdom from Dale Carnegie's How to Stop Worrying and Start Living.
Great book. Really practical stuff.
Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to understanding his most powerful ideas for taking control of that anxiety. Really getting the most out of each day.
We've sort of sifted through it all, haven't we, to bring out the core insights.
Exactly.
And what's so impactful about Carnegie's work, even now, is that he looks at worry not just as a mental thing, a nuisance,
Right.
but something that has a very real, physical impact.
Okay, let's unpack that physical side for a moment, because I think this is where it really hits home for people.
Mm-hmm.
You might sort of know that stress can lead to a stomach ache, right?
Sure, that's common knowledge.
But Carnegie and the thinkers he draws on, they highlight a much wider range of potential physical consequences.
Yeah, it's more serious than just butterflies.
We're talking about links to things like stomach ulcers, yes, but also more serious issues like heart disease, high blood pressure.
It really paints a picture of worry as something that can actively, undermine your health.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating to consider is how, throughout history, thinkers have recognized this mind-body thing.
It's not a new idea at all.
Plato, centuries ago, understood this interplay.
Right.
And closer to our time, the Mayo brothers, the famous physicians.
Oh, yeah, the clinic founders.
They observed that a huge number of their patients' problems seemed to have roots in those negative emotional states: frustration, anxiety, worry, despair.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, how much our mental state truly influences our physical health.
It's a sobering thought, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't stop there. The material we've looked at suggests that persistent worry can actually weaken your immune system,
making you more vulnerable to getting sick, all sorts of illnesses.
And here's where it gets really interesting. There are even potential links being explored between long-term worry and conditions like arthritis.
Wow.
And even the visible signs of aging.
Wrinkles from worrying.
Who knew all that mental stress could be contributing to those? It's kind of wild.
Exactly. When you're constantly in that worry state, your body has this prolonged stress response.
Tense muscles, racing heart.
Right. Over time, this chronic activation can show up physically, and some perspectives even suggest a connection between, prolonged unmanaged worry and bigger issues, things impacting cognitive function, mental stability. It really underscores why managing worry isn't just about feeling better mentally.
Right, it's physical too.
It's about investing in your long-term physical health as well.
It definitely shifts your perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just about shrugging off stress. It's about actively protecting your well-being.
Yeah.
So, okay, knowing how damaging worry can be, what are some of the concrete, actionable strategies Carnegie lays out? Things you can start using right away.
Well, one particularly practical and structured approach comes from Dean Herbert E. Hawks.
Okay.
He offers this 3-step method. It's designed to help you analyze and ultimately resolve your worries.
So it's not about pretending problems don't exist.
No, not at all. It's about equipping you with a framework to actually tackle them effectively.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Mm-hmm.
What are the 3 steps if you're caught in that worry spiral?
The first step, and it might sound simple, maybe too simple, is to really get the facts about what's worrying you.
Get the facts. Okay.
Dean Hawks emphasized that often our worries become these nebulous emotional clouds.
Yeah, vague anxiety.
Exactly. And we haven't actually taken the time to clearly define the situation. What exactly are you worried about? What's the evidence?
Right. Nail it down.
By grounding your anxiety in concrete information, you can start to get some clarity.
That makes perfect sense. It's so easy for those vague feelings to just balloon into something massive in your mind. So, step 1, focus with hard facts. What's step 2?
The second step is to analyze those facts.
Okay.
Once you have a clear picture of the situation, you need to think critically about what you can actually do.
Your options.
What are your options? What are the potential outcomes for each one? This is where you move from just, worrying to actively engaging in problem solving. You're looking at it logically, not just emotionally.
So it's like brainstorming solutions, weighing pros and cons, thinking through the paths forward, a very deliberate, almost analytical way to approach something that feels so emotional.
Precisely.
And what's the crucial final step?
The third and final step is to make a decision about what to do and then act on it.
Ah, the action part.
This is where so many people get stuck. Worry loves indecision. It thrives on procrastination. Once you've gathered your facts, analyzed your options, you need to choose a course of action. Commit to it.
Right.
Carnegie really stresses the power of decisive action in breaking that worry cycle. Once you make a choice, you stop the endless loop of what ifs.
That really resonates. I think a huge part of worry is feeling powerless, feeling stuck.
Absolutely.
And the act of making a decision, even if it turns out not to be the perfect one later,
Yeah.
it can feel incredibly empowering. It breaks that feeling of being trapped.
It does. There was even a compelling story illustrating this, a man in World War II Shanghai facing a terrifying situation.
Oh, yeah.
By using this method, getting facts, analyzing his frankly limited options, and deciding to act calmly, he navigated a potentially lethal situation.
Wow. So it works under extreme pressure, too.
Seems so. And once you've made that decision and taken action, Carnegie advises strongly resist the urge to constantly second-guess yourself.
Oh, that's hard, though.
It is. But that tendency to revisit choices, wonder what if, it can completely undermine any progress. Keeps you stuck in worry.
So once you choose, move forward. Trust the decision.
Direct your energy forward. That's the idea.
That's such valuable, practical advice.
Yeah.
Now, another really intriguing concept Carnegie discusses is this idea of living in day-tight compartments.
Oh, yes. Sir William Osler's phrase.
Right. For someone feeling just overwhelmed by the sheer weight of their worries, this sounds potentially really helpful.
It is. The basic principle behind day-tight compartments is to really focus your attention on today, right now, and actively resist dwelling on past regrets or future anxieties.
Shut them out.
Kind of. As Thomas Carlyle wisely said, our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. Focus on the now.
It's so easy, though, isn't it, to get dragged down replaying mistakes or feeling anxious about what might happen tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. It's human nature.
But what Carnegie and Osler are suggesting is you almost mentally create boundaries around each day.
Yeah, exactly. Like a ship with watertight compartments. If one part takes on water, it doesn't sink the whole vessel.
Okay, that's a great image.
By consciously focusing your energy and attention on the present moment on today's tasks, today's challenges, you stop the worries of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow from overwhelming you today.
Stealing your peace today.
Exactly. Life is constant change, right? The only time you truly have any agency, any control is right now, in the present.
So being consumed by what's gone or what might be just robs you of,
Robs you of potential joy and effectiveness in the here and now. Spot on.
The French philosopher Montaigne had a great quote about that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Something like,
My life has been full of terrible misfortunes, most of which never happened.
that's it. It really highlights how much worry is just speculation about things that might never even occur.
It does. And Osler's advice was pretty direct. Actively shut the doors on the past and the future. Commit to living fully in these day-tight compartments.
So how do you prepare for tomorrow then?
The most effective way to prepare for tomorrow is to concentrate fully on doing today's work as best you can. If you dedicate your energy to the present, the future will largely unfold as it will. There's just no benefit in poisoning your current moment with regrets or anxieties about things you can't influence yet.
Carpe diem.
Seize the day, as the Romans wisely put it.
It sounds like it takes real conscious effort, though, to constantly bring your focus back when your mind wanders.
It does. It's a practice. Not always easy.
Now, another technique mentioned, and this one sounds almost too simple, is the idea of simply getting busy.
Ah, yes. Don't underestimate that one.
It sounds basic,
Yeah.
but the reasoning behind it makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
It's remarkably effective. The principle is simple. When your mind is fully engaged in an activity, there's just less mental bandwidth available for worry.
No room for it.
Pretty much. Winston Churchill, facing, immense pressure during wartime,
Right.
famously said, "I'm too busy. I have no time for worry."
If only we're always that easy. But it illustrates the point.
It does. Purposeful activity keeps worry at bay.
It's that idea that your mind, even the sharpest one, can only truly focus on one thing at a time effectively.
Exactly. So if you immerse yourself in a task, a hobby, something that genuinely engages you.
It naturally pushes those worry-filled thoughts out, at least for a while.
Precisely. Think about it. During World War II, Army doctors saw the therapeutic value of keeping traumatized soldiers occupied. Occupational therapy.
Right, giving them things to do.
Engaging them in activities, hunting, fishing, gardening, arts and crafts. It helped fill their days and minds, leaving less room for negative thoughts to fester.
Makes sense.
Admiral Byrd experienced this too during his isolated time in Antarctica. Staying rigorously busy with tasks was absolutely crucial for his mental well-being in those extreme conditions.
Wow. So it's not just about being busy for the sake of it, like pointless busy work.
No, not necessarily. It's about engaging in activities that truly absorb your attention, provide a sense of purpose, maybe enjoyment.
Okay, it's about proactively preventing that idle mental space where worries tend to just pop up and multiply.
Exactly, that's where they flourish. George Bernard Shaw famously quipped that the secret to being miserable is having the leisure to bother about whether you are happy or not.
That's a good one.
By staying active and engaged in meaningful pursuits, you stop yourself falling into that trap of excessive self-analysis and worry. It's simple, yeah, but incredibly potent. Carnegie really emphasizes it.
These were all such incredibly valuable insights. It's really striking how relevant Carnegie's wisdom still feels for, navigating modern life.
Indeed. The human experience of worry hasn't changed much, has it? These fundamental principles offer a timeless, effective framework for taking control, living a more present, more fulfilling life.
We've really only just touched the surface, haven't we? Of the practical wisdom Dale Carnegie's How to Stop Worrying and Start Living.
There's so much more in the book.
But we really hope these core ideas, understanding the significant cost of worry to your health, using a structured approach like Dean Hawk's 3 steps, and breaking present moment focus with day-tight compartments. We hope those have given you some valuable takeaways.
Some nuggets to chew on.
Exactly. Think about that story of Earl P. Haney. Faced with a serious diagnosis, he confronted his worst fears, accepted the worst case,
and found a renewed appreciation for life.
It's a powerful example of how shifting your perspective on worry can lead to profound change.
Absolutely.
So, maybe take a moment, reflect on something that's been worrying you. Could you apply Dean Hawk's 3 steps to it? Just try.
Or maybe identify just one day-tight compartment you can focus on today, just for today.
Yeah, start small.
And if you found these insights helpful and you're eager to delve deeper, we definitely recommend seeking out Dale Carnegie's book.
Absolutely.
It's packed with more practical advice, more compelling stories. It can really illuminate these principles in your own life.
Definitely worth a read. So if you enjoyed this deep dive and found these notebook nuggets useful, please take a moment, leave a comment, maybe share your biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
Or a question you still have.
We'd love to hear from you.
And if you think someone you know could benefit from these ideas on managing worry, please share this with them. Spread the word.
Yeah, help someone else out.
And of course, if you want more insights like these delivered regularly, be sure to subscribe.
Keep diving deep with us.
Thanks so much for diving deep with us today.